Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear students of Global English 9 Level A. I hope you're enjoying our lessons, and we continue, as you can see, with Unit 2, Lesson 1. Unit 2 is starting with pages 14 and 15 in your course books. And if you look at here, this is the title of the unit, Personal Appearance. Personal Appearance. So the personal appearance, as you can see, brings a lot to your mind. Yes, it brings thoughts of how you're dressed. It also brings thoughts about the way you keep your personal hygiene, which is very important. But today, or in this unit, we're mainly focusing on how people are dressed up. How people are dressed up. And as you can see, we have three important words to think of. Maybe traditional way of clothing. What do I mean by traditional? Yes, it's something that is related to the culture of the place or the country where you live. As we say in Saudi Arabia here, traditional clothes are wearing thobes, for example. So we have formal thoughts or formal ways of dressing. If you're dressed formally, so you're going to a meeting, or maybe you're going to your working hours, or if you're a student, you wear your uniform. Thank you. If you are informally dressed, so it means like you're hanging out for some shopping, or you're going somewhere like for a cafe with your friends. So it's not something that important to wear suits, for example, for. So these are three types of how people can be dressed. If we look at the two pictures here before we start our readings, I want you to think about how those people can be dressed. Are they dressed formally, informally, or traditionally? So from the pictures, they seem to be, thank you, Asian people. From which part in Asia we'll get to know. And also, they are dressed in, it seems to be traditional clothes. But is this informal or informal? I need you to skim the reading part here for a minute and find if they are going informally or formally dressed. Now we start. Thank you, everyone. So it seems we have many types of traditional clothes. They can be formal or informal. It depends on, thank you, the occasion. Now, looking at the words, we can see here, we have the sappet. Yes, the sappet, which is a piece of cloth worn by Balinese men. So this thing is mainly for men or boys as a part of their traditional temples. It is worn from waist to knee over the kemban. So we have kemban and the sappet, and they are worn over each other. What about the headdress? Yes, and yudeng, as you can see in the pictures. And it seems that they are worn in many types, as the men here or the young men there. And as you can see, it depends on the formality of the occasion itself. If it's something informal, as they say, it's worn as an ordinary shirt. So ordinary shirt is 2 or 1. Yes, it's number 1. That is great. And women and girls wear a long-sleeved lacy blouse with loose sleeves called kebaya. So this is something that they have. That is great. They also wear a tight fitting piece of material around their body over the shoulders. This is another type of thing. Now, looking at the two pictures, we have two important questions here. Number 1, where have the teenagers in picture 1 just been? Where have they been? Think about it. Number 2, was the occasion formal or informal for them? Now, think of it for a minute, then we have the answers together. Thank you. As you can see, they have been to the temple. Thank you. Number 2, was the occasion formal or informal for them? Yes, it was informal. It was informal. Now, looking at the types of adjectives here, we have from 1 to 6. Short-sleeved, ankle length. How many words can you see in this kind of adjective? 2 words. That's why we call them compound adjectives. High-heeled, highly patterned, brightly colored, and so on. So think of an item of cloth for each of them that can match. Like number 1, a short-sleeved shirt. I'll give you 1 minute, then we discuss the answers together. Now we start. Thank you, everyone. A short-sleeved shirt. An ankle length dress, for example. A knee length, think of an item of cloth as knee length shorts, for example. Also we have knee length, 3 knee length shorts. High-heeled shoes, so mostly for girls and women. Highly patterned, something that has many patterns on it. Maybe shirt, thank you, or so we can a highly patterned shirt or highly patterned socks. Brightly colored, if something is brightly colored, it can be a brightly colored scarf or maybe a brightly colored tie for men. Thank you. Now looking at the compound adjectives, they are mostly hyphenated, but many of them are used more commonly in modern English, and because of this excessive use, we moved out the hyphenation like homemade, handmade, and waterproof. And as you can see, we are familiar with most of them in terms of meaning, except for waterproof, but you're mostly known or mostly familiar with it when you get to buy a phone. Now, many mobile phones are waterproof now. Also, we have many watches that are waterproof. Now, looking at your workbooks, we have question number 3, page 10. Now, we have some scrambled letters and we need to unscramble them to find the compound adjectives to describe each. Now, a slice of cake, and looking at the scrambled letters, it can be, or it should be, homemade, thank you. Number 2, a pair of what shoes? A pair of handmade shoes, thank you. 3, a practical jacket that keeps you all dry in all kinds of weather. So a practical waterproof, a practical waterproof jacket, thank you. Now, looking at this one, also we have a reading text here in the next page. Traditional dress in Bhutan, which is a place in Himalayas, and we have distinctive features of Bhutanese people for the national dress. I need you to read the text and match the gaps with the answers given here, so you find the best, and then we discuss them together for a minute. Thank you, everyone, and you should have stopped the video for getting your answers ready. And we look at the text itself. Number 1, men wear a gu, and this gu is a knee robe, a knee length, thank you. It's tied by traditional So it tied at the waist by traditional handmade belt. On the feet they wear with shoes, so long socks with shoes, or traditional with beautiful design for handmade boots for number 6. A long silk scarf like sash is also worn. Number 7, it from the left shoulder to the right hip. It is worn. Thank you. And you keep up with the answers. They are, as you can see, they are very easy to follow. You can send the rest of the answers to myself and the other teachers on the website, and we will check this in some online sessions together. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. For any queries, please do not hesitate to approach your teacher as soon as possible, and we're all yours, inshallah. Hope you are all safe and sound during this pandemic era. See you soon in the school, and Assalamu alaikum.